So I'm really excited to start this new series of videos because I haven't had a hands-on project in a really long time. And what I basically did was take a bunch of Seiko watch parts and built my own watch. And it amazes me that I've built a metal mechanical machine that I could wear on my wrist every single day. I mean, take a look at this. Really, look at it. So like I said, this is a new series of videos. Now, if you look at my channel, you know that I post a lot of random videos. So if you're only into watches and that's all you want to see, be sure to follow my new Instagram account that I made for the series, and you can see it at Watch Me Mod. So let me tell you some of the parts that I used. I started off with a SRP 637 watch case. Now, if you're familiar with Seikos, you'll know that that's the Baby Tuna or the Tuna Monster or even the Shrouded Monster. It has a few different names. But I was lucky enough to find just the watch case. If you're looking to build something similar, it's probably going to be pretty difficult for you to find just the case. You may have to start off with the actual complete watch. And everything that I used in this build, I will link down below in case you want to do the same project. And after deciding on the actual watch case, next up was the movement. Now, if you do buy a complete watch, obviously you'll have the movement included, which might be a little bit easier. But what I did was I had to source my own movement, which I went with the NH36. And again, if you are familiar with Seiko watches, you'll know that the NH36 is the exact same movement as the factory 4R15. It just doesn't have the Seiko branding. Now, the NH36 is configured from the factory to have the crown at the 3 o'clock position. Now, with this watch case, the Baby Tuna, it is configured to have a 4 o'clock crown. So what I had to do was swap out the day wheel for another one that would line up with the 4 o'clock position. And to swap that out, you have to remove this very small C-clamp. Now, I did take this time to actually switch it up with a day wheel that had the Japanese characters because I just think that looks a little bit better. And after swapping out that day wheel, I could then place in my dial. Now, the dial that I chose was from a Seiko Turtle, which is the Blue Lagoon. And I just think that the blue on this dial is one of the best looking blues that you can find. So again, that's the Blue Lagoon from a Seiko Turtle. Installing the dial was actually pretty easy, but the next step, which is the hands, that actually takes a little bit of patience. You have to be very delicate and apply even pressure. And the hands that I chose is a pretty standard monster hands, if you're familiar with that, but the exact one that I took it from was a Seiko Samurai Blue Lagoon series. And for me, that was actually the most difficult part of this entire installation. But after you're done with that, I mean, the movement is pretty much done at that point. Now, I did choose to go with a signed Seiko crown, which this does not come by default, but this crown was taken from a Seiko Sumo. So like I said, this is all genuine Seiko parts. And the only thing that I changed on the actual watch case was upgrading to a sapphire domed crystal. And this part was actually pretty easy. You do need a crystal press, but all you got to do is pop out the original Hardlex crystal and pop in the sapphire one. And this is what you end up with, and I think this is just absolutely beautiful. It's definitely going to stay in my collection. So overall, this project was super fun, and I plan on doing a lot more. In fact, I actually have quite a few watches already lined up to be modded. But like I said, this is a new series to my channel, and I kind of want to use this as a gauge to see if people are even interested in watching this. But leave your comments down below. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.